fatwood root. Gotta be fatwood in that. Take it home. Found a pretty incredible root. This has been cut to clear the trail, and I didn't think there'd be any fatwood in that, but if you look, those crusties are actually pine resin. Even right there. And I sliced into it, and that's some pretty incredible fatwood. I don't have a saw on me, but this one would be fun to come back to. I'm not sure where I would saw it. Probably wouldn't go too far down. It'd be quite a job cutting that. But yeah, I'll come back someday. I have about a 10-inch piece there. Worth sawing into, coming back for. Pretty nice stuff. I will come back for you some other time. Cut right about here. Nice fatwood. Yep, pine resin. It's really hard to tell, but it's pine resin. I found some pretty impressive knots. Pretty good sized pine knots. This one though, it's a hell of a pine knot. I bet the fatwood goes up pretty high on that. That's always a nice treat. I brought home this pine knot. Long branched pine knots are highly sought after, for me at least. I only cut just a little bit of the tip off, because sometimes if fatwood goes up high and you cut too low, you miss an opportunity. But the resin does go up there. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut right about here. Hopefully it'll be solid resin. That'll give quite a bit. What I'm really interested in is this root. You look real close, you got your resin there that's leaked out in the sun, all dried up. This is about the same as the last root I found. The only difference is it's a little older and the rot has weathered away. And the other one, the rot hadn't weathered away and I had to cut much of it off. It was still wet. This one was more exposed to the sun, so it was able to get wet and dry, wet and dry, wet and dry. That's how it weathers away quicker. All that expanding and shrinking, that's how stuff weathers away quicker, especially with fatwood. That the sun and the shade has a lot to do with how something weathers and how fatwood ages. But this right here ought to be super dark. I'm really interested to see the color inside. Should be really dark. I'm expecting that. Alright, all cut. There we go. Solid resin. Just had to go a little lower. Pretty good pine knot branch. Not bad. Okay, here's the root. I cut each end. Here's the ends. I even cut the back piece off that I thought would be pretty rotted. There's still some fatwood in that. I bet that's pretty sparkly stuff right there. And I was right. There is some dark resin, however it's thin layer on the top there. A little bit better on this end. And I'm sure if you cut down here, even more better. But got a nice root. Let's sparkle it up. Okay, here's what we got. We got some curlies right here from the edge of that. And then I took this and I took this one and made some flat, wide curlies. Nice ribbons. And I'm going to spark it up. I don't have my tripod, so let's see what we can do here. It's a little breezy, but I think we can do it. Oh, it's not very sizzly. Maybe a little bit. A little breezy. It's a little sizzly. Puts out some heat. Root fatwood. Not bad. Fun find. Always cool to try out what you find in the woods. Sometimes you're surprised. Sometimes you're disappointed. This was pretty cool. Well, I took that knot and I cleaned it up a little bit. It was found in a rather dark, damp area, so it was a little bit rotty, but I cleaned it up. Got down to the knot. There's the knot. There's the branch. I usually cut off the knot point, save those for the fires. It's almost a good piece for a lathe. Got a bit of a crook here. That'll go in a save tub. Not a bad piece. Yeah, that's one of those things I really search for when I'm out in the woods. It's the longer ones that go up really high. Nice piece. You know, if this was perfect and round and wasn't rotty like this, I could get a lot of discs out of this one for projects. Cut a bunch of coins, tokens. And this stuff sure smells good.